Not a perfect start to the day, as it started to piss down hard in the morning at about 10 o'clock, just as I was setting off for the day. And after completing my tasks here in the center of the city, it's time for lunch. Hey you, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and it's time for another quick food recce. To be honest, I'm very rarely in this part of Kuala Lumpur in the city centre, but since I'm already out and about, I thought of checking out the latest shopping mall in Kuala Lumpur. I'm not exactly a big fan of shopping malls, and I've been told that since this place is really brand new and many of the shops are not actually operational as of yet. Nevertheless, I'm very curious to check out the brand new Mitsui LaLaPort shopping mall here in Bukit Bintang city centre, because I'm targeting just one particular outlet here. And it has nothing to do with clothes, nothing to do with gadgets whatsoever, but it's all about my favorite subject, and that is food. Located on the lower ground floor of Mitsui LaLaPort Kuala Lumpur is this particular food joint, which they do have a branch in Bangkok, and the first time in Kuala Lumpur they have opened this TAMARUYA HONTEN Steakhouse. Okay, wait a minute, I'm kind of lost here because this is my first time in LaLaPort. It looks very impressive from the outside, but I'll just have to find the entrance. LaLaPort Shopping Centre in Bukit Bintang City Centre actually sits on a very interesting historical site. Stay tuned, because towards the end of this vlog, I'll share with you a little morsel of the history behind this piece of land. Actually, it formerly housed the biggest prison in Kuala Lumpur, if not the whole country. For those of us who grew up in Kuala Lumpur, Pudu jail has been a massive landmark in the center of the city. You just can't miss it. And as children, we've always been told that this is where the bad people would go to. In a way, I was kind of hoping that they would maintain the original structure of Pudu jail and turn it into some kind of macabre tourist attraction. But the reality is, it's sitting on a super duper prime piece of land, and it's just a matter of time before they would turn it into a condominium block, or like in this case, a shopping mall. Okay, I digressed, and let's get back to my foodie target of the day. That's the TAMARUYA HONTEN Steakhouse. We're here on the lower ground floor, and I'm heading in the right direction. Yes, we are here. I've decided that I'm going to check out the general section of the menu on another day, because today I just have the taste for a good slab of steak. And here in TAMARUYA HONTEN, you do have a choice of Aussie Angus or even Aussie Wagyu, but I'm going to treat myself to a proper Japanese Wagyu. I always like to be seated at the bar counter, whether it's a cocktail bar or in this case a steakhouse, because you can see the action going on behind the counter. The Japanese Wagyu you get at TAMARUYA HONTEN Steakhouse is actually a ribeye, and it weighs approximately 150 grams. Well, just look at the marbling here. And do you know that the Japanese Wagyu beef is strictly graded by the Japanese Meat Grading Association? And the Wagyu beef is graded depending on the overall beef marbling score. They call it the BMS, and also the beef color standard. That's the BCS, and also the fat standard, and the firmness, and the texture. It all sounds very technical, doesn't it? But this is to ensure that you pay the right price for the right quality. And with beautiful marbling, this is just music to my ears. And here in Tamaruya Honten Steakhouse, you have a selection of 3 sauces to choose from to go along with your piece of meat. And their most popular one is the wasabi bayonnaise, or you may choose the shiitake mushroom sauce or even the barbecue sauce. The name Tamaruya Honten is a big name all over Japan since the late 19th century because they are a manufacturer of wasabi preserves. Even in this outlet in Kuala Lumpur, the staff will be very proud to tell you that the wasabi, which they use in their bayonnaise sauce and even in the salad dressing, that's the wasabi infused balsamic vinegar for the salad. Well, the wasabi actually comes directly from Tamaruya Honten in Japan. And don't be alarmed if you see your bread basket being presented to you with just 2 pieces of bread in it. Well, the fact is you can actually get free refill, no limits whatsoever. I can't wait to dive into the meat itself. I know it's going to be just superb. If you are getting yourself a good piece of beef, it's kind of wasted if you ask for it to be well done. It's a big no-no for me. No can do. My choice is always medium rare. I like to see a little bit of pink winking at me from the meat, or even a little bit of red. I don't mind that. And for good selection of meat, you actually don't need the sauce. Look at this beauty here. So I went against my own norms. I did have the wasabi bayonnaise sauce. It is good, but the meat on its own, look at it. It's simply beautiful. Oh yes, I thoroughly enjoyed my green tea also. It's called Pure Breakfast. They showed me the box and I tried looking for it later in the supermarket. I couldn't find it, nor could I find it on Shopee. So maybe, just maybe, it's something that they brought direct from Japan. So that's the food recce part of Tamaruya Honten Steakhouse in LaLaPort in Bukit Bintang City Centre. And I'm going to round up this particular vlog on quite a sober mood, I should say, with some archived pictures of Pudu jail as it was then. Whether you agree with it or not, Malaysia still imposes the death penalty for the most heinous of crimes, and a lot of executions actually took place in Pudu jail. And amongst those who made the headlines of the news, you've got Botak Chin for possession of firearms. He was eventually hanged. And also foreign nationals, you have the Australians, Kevin Barlow and Brian Chambers, executed in Pudu jail for possession of drugs in 1986. And 3 years later, UK national Derek Gregory also hanged in Pudu jail for heroin trafficking. I read an interview given by one of the former hangmen who was based in Pudu jail, and according to him, a prisoner would be given only 24 hours notice before being executed, and his family or relatives would be allowed to visit only on the final day, and executions would take place at dawn, at the crack of dawn, when the jail would be quiet and the condemned prisoner would be well rested. The irony of it all. Kind of a sad blast from the past of a historical, infamous landmark here in Kuala Lumpur. And I'm Gobble Guzzle. Do join me again on my next vlog, another makan session. In the meantime, be kind always and spread peace. And jumpa lagi. Bye-bye.